Afternoon for the UK for Saloni.
Good
and
afternoon.
yes, and good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're logging in. Welcome to another session of our story of courage, where we, bring the women from around the world together to be united in courage as well as to raise funds for Project Save by World Vision Singapore, helping 30 young women in Cebu, Philippines. So it is my privilege once again to welcome Patricia from World Vision Singapore, as well as Charu and Saloni. Welcome, ladies.
Hello.
Thank you, Lilian. Hello, everybody.
Right. Now, tonight is different because we have already met Charu and Saloni in our previous Facebook Live. So, tonight we are going to hear their story of courage, the moments that challenge them, the moments that awaken something within them, and the intentional choices they made, and how those experiences have shaped the woman they are becoming today. All right, but before we get to hear their stories, I would like to, have a short conversation with Patricia first. Right, Patricia, welcome back.
Thank you, Lilian. Thank you.
So
Thank you.
how's your week?
Yeah, it's been fine. It's been good.
Hmm.
Thank you.
Okay, so rather than giving another presentation about Project Safe, for those of you who want to see the full presentation, you can watch one of our previous sharing. Now, for tonight, I'd love for us to have a conversation so our audience can understand the not only the people behind this project and why your support is important and matters. So, Patricia, for someone joining us for the first time tonight, can you briefly tell us what Project Save is and who the 30 young women are at this for this project that we are supporting?
Well, Project Safe is, as the name suggests, is really to keep our children protected from child abuse or child exploitation, and also to ensure that their family members are equipped to know how to protect their own children uh, from things like digital devices that they may have access to, and also to protect them, to make sure that they are not being subjected to child labor or any child exploitation. These children that we're helping are living in the slums of Cebu in Cordova, and the 30 children that we are helping, together with the support and the partnership of Women of Courage, are children who have dropped out of school,
Mm,
and they are being going to be trained with vocational skills in tailoring so
mm,
that they have a future instead of actually having no future because they are dropping out of school and they may be subjected to child abuse or child exploitation. So our key is to equip them with the skill sets so that they can tailor clothes and then actually sell them. So we will link them up with market demand so that they are able to start building a business for themselves. And eventually, if they earn their own income, they are able to also put themselves back through education to then further build a brighter future.
mm. Right. Would you like to also show maybe some of the pictures of the condition of the places that needed the support? I think you have a slide showing that, right?
Yes.
Mm,
Uh, Let me share my screen.
mm.
Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Just let me put into. Are you able to see the full screen?
Yes.
Yeah. So these is the living conditions of the children that we are supporting. You can see that the housing is not safe housing. You can see that they have limited access to clean water, proper sanitation, and it's very haphazard in terms of the layout of the housing, and it's quite open and porous where people can easily walk in. So safety is an issue, and they don't have regular income. The parents and the households, they rely on small scale vending, and it's insufficient and irregular to put the children back to school because they won't be able to get schooling supplies, stationery. And so, because of poverty and for coping mechanism, they'll drop out of school, and young children may start to find jobs that doesn't build a brighter future for them.
Mm. Right. So I'm glad that you mentioned the specific type of vocational skill sets that the young women will be receiving, because like when we talk about empowerment, is more than just simply giving someone a skill, but what difference can having these particular skills and livelihood opportunity make in the life of a young woman and her family, right? So I know you have a short video of a young woman who has benefited from similar projects, especially in the area of tailoring. Yeah, shall we play that video and let our audience have a glimpse of you know the uh, the support that these girls can get?
Sure. Before I start the video,
Mm,
perhaps let me share.
mm,
Uh, these are how we're going to train them, and we will also provide sewing kits and machine. And as they earn their income, very important is to provide financial literacy for them so that they are able to manage their income and able to save up so that they themselves can possibly go back to education again. Yeah, so this will be included in what we are actually empowering them with. It's not only just the vocational skills, but also the mindset of how to manage their finances well. Um, yeah, so that they're able to save for a rainy day and they'll be able to save up for something that will help them, get a better profession or, have a better future for not only themselves, but also their family. So I've personally met a girl whom is in the slums in Bangladesh, and this is a story that I want to share with you.
I think the audio is can you hear the audio clearly?
Yeah.
No, right? Let me
Is
let
the
me try
audio?
to.
Let me
Yeah.
try to
Do you want me to try to
share.
share from my end?
Let me share this. Let me go backwards and then I'll reshare again.
আমার কাছে করতাম না হাতে তো হয়ে গেছিল এই যে দাগ এখন আছে তো মানে অনেক চলতো যখন ভাত খেতে পারতাম না কোনো কিছু করতে পারতাম না অনেক হাতের ভিতর জ্বালা করতো টাটাই তো শুধু হাতের ভিতর
Yes. So this is what we seek to provide. She was actually working in very hazardous conditions in a leather factory, where they're not protected on their hands, and so there were burns because of the chemicals. But we, World Vision, through our sewing tailoring program, rescued her out from such conditions, and she's now able to provide clothes for others, and she's able to also work at home to help out in the household chores. And she's hoping that she can actually also go back to school with the income that she earns. So this is the impact that supporting children like them who may have dropped out of school because of poverty condition, and we are able to then um, help them actually find a way to a more hopeful future, and they can actually leave behind what uh was not safe for them. Yeah.
Mm. Right. Thank you so much, Patricia, for giving us more insights into Project Safe and how it can benefit the girls there. I think it is a very important reminder for all of us that sometimes we underestimate the impact that one decision, one opportunity, or an act of generosity can make. And when women support women, courage becomes a multiplier. And that's exactly what we're doing here through stories of courage. So thank you once again, Patricia, for sharing with that about Project Safe. And it's time for us to listen to our story of courage by Charu and Saloni. So I will introduce Charu first.
Thank you.
And we have already had the opportunity to meet you a little
Yes.
and get to know you a little bit. So let us just go straight into your story. And Charu, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much, Lilian. It's such a pleasure to be here, and to support this program is something I'm really feeling so happy about it. So, yes, I am looking forward to share my story, and I have faith that it can inspire those girls who really want to grow in their life, and whatever challenges they're having, they can really come out of it. So, I'm Charu Mehrotra, founder of online magazine womenlines.com. And the story which I'm going to share is about my journey throughout my entrepreneurship. And before I started, uh, I ran my all companies, and who was I and what I did before to be this girl, what women, who am I right now? So, yes, I
Charu,
hope it's
sorry,
visible.
Charu, I think we need you to play the slides.
I think just a minute.
Yeah. You're like me, so many tabs open.
Yes. I think I have to stop sharing and then I will share again. Maybe
Mm.
if I send you, it will be easier.
Sure, I can
I
help you
think,
to
yeah, I will
like.
just share here and just a minute. I think something is.
Yeah, while Charu is looking for to send me the link, yeah, I just want to welcome those who are coming on board to support Charu and Saloni. For those of you're in Zoom as well and Facebook Live, do help to share the Facebook Live uh and to get the word out. Yeah, talking about that, I forgot to tag the both of you.
Yeah,
That's why we cannot
it's
find
okay.
us.
Yeah, okay, let me very quickly tag you now. Yes,
Just a minute.
our version as well as class living. All right. Okay. Yeah, you can what do you call that? Help to share the link
I
uh,
have just shared the presentation with you on WhatsApp.
in WhatsApp.
Can,
Okay,
yeah,
let me
can you just
just.
open from there and just go by slide by slide?
All right. It's okay. PowerPoint. I may not be able. Let me because
Just see if
I'm
it
using
can
Keynote. So just now
keynote.
just now you were sharing it was fine.
Yeah, I think it was not playing when I'm switching it on the screen.
No worries. Let me just
Or I share the link with you from where you can, I mean, Claude link I have made in Claude. You
It's
can share
okay.
that.
No worries. I'm sharing it now. Just give me 1 second.
So sorry for this, girls. I just need. So
Okay.
I won't be
Okay.
sharing my
It's just that
screen now.
I'm using Keynote, so I'm not too sure if any of the fonts will run. So, well, we do what we do.
Yeah, let's do
Yes.
that.
Let's go, Charu.
So thank you, Lilian, and so sorry for this little problem. So yes,
No,
good
no
evening,
problem.
everybody. So myself, Charu Mehrotra, and I shared I am running an online media platform, womenlines.com, which at present is at third spot in top online magazines for women empowerment globally by FeedSpot. And we have reached a very high domain authority by regular work on SEO and content marketing. And we are also providing services for content marketing and strategy for how to grow your digital footprints. So that is me right now. So, but that is not where my journey started. And today I am here to tell you not a success story. I'm telling you what came before the success. There was self-doubt, there was confusion, the days when I questioned myself, the moments when I had absolutely no idea what my future would look like. There were times when I looked at other people and thought maybe they had something that I don't. Maybe they were smarter. Maybe they are stronger. Maybe they are meant to be successful and I am not. Yes, friends, I had those moments in my life. I will show you the second slide first, where I'm talking about what I have achieved till now and what is Women Lines, a little glimpse as I have shared also. Can you share the second slide, Lillian? It's previous one. I mean, it's previous. It's yeah. So this is Women Lines right now. As I shared, it is third, and we have published 2,000 plus articles and around 250 interviews I have done globally. I've reached out to women from different part of the world, and I've interviewed them and have done marketing for brands and products. So this is the present Charu Mehrotra in front of you. Can we go on the third slide? Besides this, I am having a lovely family and a very understanding partner, life partner, my two kids, one boy, one girl. Here are my two mothers. My mother-in-law in center is my mother, whom I shared that I'm full of gratitude to her, and she has inspired me a lot. And I'm so grateful to my mother-in-law, so because it's her support which is helping me to what I want to do in life. And this is such some surprise element of from my personality that what I love to do besides my work and besides taking care of my family is something which is called Polyzumba and which I try to do multiple times a week so that it gives me energy, enthusiasm, and I'm set for the day whenever I'm feeling down. I really love to do this. So yes, now I will share the part which came before this all, which I have achieved till now. So Charu Mehrotra, who was in college, was very different. She was trying to achieve something in her life. She was lost. She was not having clarity what she wanted to do. Slowly, she was climbing the ladder of all classes, and she did her graduation. But the hit point came when I had my graduation results, and it was not the way I expected. Maybe you have gone through such situation when you are expecting something in life and then you are not getting it and how it hits you, especially being the eldest girl in the family. And I mean, you have had some expectation, you are having expectation from yourself, your family is having expectation from yourself, which maybe they are not loud, but yeah, you have feel that everybody is looking forward for you to do better. But everything you're managing and then things are not happening and then you are getting feedbacks and at one point of my life, that time when the results were out, I got some feedback from my relatives and it caused me a lot of impact in negative way. It really took me to a zone where I was just out of clarity. There was nobody to share because I was the eldest. There was no elder brother or sister whom I can share. But that point was really tough time in my life, and circumstances were like that. I was not sure what I'm going to do. So that time, few things helped me. I am an avid reader. I started reading books, which helped me a lot. And I will be sharing more later when I'm talking about what other steps I took, which helped me to come out of this situation. So this was Charu Mehrotra in 2000, year 2000, and I cannot forget those days because that was very tough time for me. I grew up then. I appeared for my mass communication. I did my post graduation, but slowly, I was putting my effort to come out of that zone, that emotional hurts and that depression time. Because when you don't have clarity and you don't have that guidance, what can you do next? It really impacts you. Following my heart, following my gut, I was following some passion, and passion for journalism came. I appeared for mass communication. I did my graduation, post graduation in mass communications, and then I was married. Now comes the second point, second hit point in my life where I was really impacted, which I'm still not able to forget. Getting married, going to Tokyo, first month gone, and I get the news that my father has passed away. This was a point where I was looking forward for the future because I wanted to make my father proud. I wanted to make my family proud by showcasing what I have achieved through my work, I mean, my education, and I want to make them feel proud by making them happy, by giving them that feeling and showing what I can do further. Getting married, settling down, new home. I was having dreams of achieving my dreams, of doing some work, but suddenly you are in a situation where you are thinking, what's this? You are not prepared for that, right? I remember the time, that exact moment when I got this news, and that was a very tough time for me. So when you are, and that too, you are in an alien alone in a new country, right? It was first time I was traveling to a foreign country, and I was there alone, trying to settle out in my newly married life, trying to settle down in my new schedule. And here I am again, where I am lost, that what I am going to do. What's this? This is not planned again. This was the second time. It took years, and still I would say some part is not healed. It took years to come out of that shock, that grief, and some self work needed to be done, which I did later, and it helped me to come out little by little. The third experience I had, the journey began. I started living back in my normal life. I tried to fulfill my dreams by doing some jobs, still navigating what I want in my life. What's my why? What's where I want to go? Self work was happening slowly, as I was a passionate reader. Books were helping me a lot, and settling down in a new country. And then my husband got posting in Singapore. And that was an opportunity to settle down. We loved the place, so we were trying to settle down. I had a toddler by then. And then the third thing happened. I went through a lower back surgery. You are establishing yourself, you are navigating life, and you are performing other roles of your life, and then you come across such thing which is health related, and where there's a question, you can walk properly or not, or you can live life in a normal way. I was lost again. I can, I mean, those who have experienced health challenges, they can understand that when such things happen in life, whoever is there around you, no words can help you, no support can help you, because that inner healing, that inner work, and then facing those challenges, you have to do yourself. But yes, I worked upon myself again. I will be sharing those tips, what helped me. But I wanted to show you three life situations where I had challenges, and then how I navigated it. I went further and what it led to me. Lillian, can you share the next slide? So, yes, Can you share the other one which is showing? Yeah. So this is the situation it happens, and I'm sure many of you must be able to relate to it because such situations are happening with many women across the globe. Sometimes they are lost, they are alone, they don't have anybody to share their grief. They have limited beliefs because the confidence is shattered because of the situation you're facing. The low self-esteem goes down. You don't know how to come out of that low self-esteem, get the confidence, and you are overwhelmed. You are overwhelmed with all things happening around, and this is happening while you are living your life. You are performing your other roles. Maybe you are a mother, maybe you're a wife, you are a doctor, but all these emotions are going across with you, and you have to come out of it because life goes on, it doesn't stop for you. So what can help? Can you share the other slide, Lillian? Thank you so much. So yes, I want to highlight that your situation, whatever is today, is not the whole story. The chapter which has been running throughout, I can strongly say, and I can, with my experience of life till now, what I have faced, and I have come out of it because of the support of my friends and family and other self work which I have done. You can change that whole chapter. You can change the whole story, but you have to work upon yourself. So, what helped me? First of all, the self work in terms of being the healthier version of myself, getting my clarity, seeking mentors around. When I was navigating through, I was going across all these pain points. I never stopped learning, upskilling myself. I always make sure that I'm meeting new people, I'm meeting new group, and where I'm interacting and understanding how others are working and facing challenges in their life. And sometimes I have come across some mentors who helped me, who guided me. And I'm so grateful to all those mentors in my life that they, and Lilian has been one of the great supporter and great, I admire her a lot because what work she's doing, and we are having a wonderful group here in Singapore. We are meeting every month and we are supporting each other. So yes, what I want to highlight, that action has to be taken by you only. That action has to be done by you only, and that can only be done if you are doing that self work, having a positive belief system. How? The positive belief system can be done by being mindful what you are into, how you're spending your time, whom you are talking, which tribe you are into, what you're watching, what you're reading. I run a media platform where I always say that whatever we consume, we are whatever we consume. Either whatever we are eating, it impacts our looks and weight and everything. Whatever we are reading and what we are watching and listening, it impacts our mindset. So start getting mindful about how you are using your time and what you are consuming, because that can shape your life further. Because it has helped me a lot. Listening to right podcasts at the right time, listening to all those experts who have achieved in their life and they are sharing their stories for free on YouTube. Make sure you are following those experts, and they are, because they have amazing thing to teach you. So make sure you are listening to them and understand how they have changed their life. And then create a support system, create a friends support system, a mastermind where you can have some friends where you are having interaction regularly and talking about each other's problem and seeing how you can help each other. And last but not the least is the consistent action. Consistent action is something where many women are not able to do because they are not prioritizing themselves because of the responsibilities they are having. So when you are traveling in a plane, there the air hostess asks you to put mask on your face first, nose first, and then put on your child. So make sure you apply that philosophy in your real life. If you are not making yourself strong, if you're not having clarity for yourself, you cannot take care of anybody. And if you are not happy within, you cannot make others happy. So, in order to face whatever challenges you're having, in order to take care of others, in order to survive, in order to pursue your financial independence, consistent action is required. And that can happen only if you are following everyday rituals, taking care of your health. So, yes, all these things help me a lot in running my entrepreneurial journey. So it has been a beautiful journey in Singapore where I have established, I'm running my fourth venture right now. So there was when the first one I started was a clothing company, which was we named NC Styles. So all three companies, previous companies, I ran in partnership. I met a friend, I collaborated, we both used each other's skills, learned a lot from each other, and then we ran that company, the clothing company. I am still friends with everybody, and we just visit old days where we have built up something and we have established something, and we are proud of it. So, NC Styles was a clothing company where we had hand embroidered in clothes. We used to sell in Singapore, distributed in Singapore malls. Then we had Udan, which was an events company with networking where we had Indian women in Singapore. We organized events for them, and then we grew together by learning skills every month. And then the surprise factor happened in my life. I ran a company, Earn Go, with a friend of mine, and that was an app which was developed to do data transcription through mobile channels. And that was surprise because I don't have any knowledge of tech that time because I was a mass communication student and I dared myself, I challenged myself that I can learn it. And my partner took care of all the tech part and I took care of the other segments of the company and we grew it. We got funding, 3 years, beautiful journey, had challenges to stop all the companies slowly, slowly. But what I want to show that what helped me, it was consistent action, hunger. I love the quote by Steve Jobs, like, stay hungry, stay foolish. Be foolish. Be always a curious student, foolish that you don't know anything. Whatever things are changing, AI is coming right now, so many opportunities are there. Believe me, today only I have attended one event where I have picked up a skill how to build your own AI agent. And I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to apply in my business because that can help me a lot many way. So wherever you get opportunity, because there's so much information online, you can really upskill yourself and apply that knowledge and grow to the next version. So never stop being a student. Be hungry, be foolish forever, and that can do wonders in your life. And last company which I'm running for like 7 years plus now is Women Lives. That's something which is giving me immense happiness. Media platform for women, promoting excellence in business, health, leadership, and now AI also is something which I always dreamt. And now we are also providing so many services for which can help brands and entrepreneurs to get discovered in AI platforms. And I'm looking forward with excitement. Like there's a big possibility of doing things together across the globe. Some rewards I got in between. I'm so grateful to all organizations and people who gave me provided me accolades, and I got some awards because it gives you motivation and makes your self belief firm that yes, whatever journey you are taking, you are really growing in it and you are going to achieve something further. So, yes, this is my journey, and I want to strongly say that don't wait to like you feel ready. It never happens, friends. The day never comes when you will be fully ready and you will take action, and step by step things happen. You have to start every day, you have to start, learn, and evolve, and surprise yourself with who you become. Because that version who is waiting for you after 5 years is a beautiful version who will be very happy if for 5 years you are consistently taking action and working towards that version. So have clarity in 5 years what version you want to see for yourself and work towards that. Believe me, things will happen. So here's my QR code for my link tree, and it is having all the links and my social media and my website. Do subscribe to Women Lines, and we are not charging anything from subscription. And I wish you all the best, all of you, and pursue your dreams. Don't stop anywhere. Become unstoppable because world is full of opportunities, friends. And yes, Let's support this noble cause of Project Safe. We have to collaborate worldwide to help such women who really want to grow. They have those dreams, but they are not able to do because of the challenges they're having family wise. So, if our support can really change their life, I think that's the best happiness we can give to ourselves, because that's something blissful and that is something which can change their life, their kids' life, and so many things can change for them. So, let's gear up and support this Project Safe. Thank you so much, Lillian, for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you, Charu, for sharing your journey. And I like your code.
Thank you.
Don't wait to feel ready. Start, learn, evolve, and then surprise yourself with who you become.
Thank
Love
you.
that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for sharing. And yes, do support with your act of generosity, right? Every act of support matters and it counts. Yeah. So now I'm going to introduce Saloni Patel, all the way from London. Thank you
Thank you
so
very
much for
much.
saying yes, right? And we look forward to your story. So the stage is yours.
Thank you. Firstly, I'd like to say congratulations to Charu for hearing your
Thank
story,
you.
very inspirational. And I'm sure that anybody listening on the call, including myself, have picked up so many amazing tips and ways to
Thank
move
you.
forward. And I'm sure the girls listening into this will also find a lot of passion and drive from what you've achieved. So thank you very much for sharing that. I shall share mine. Please do let me know. Um, oh God. So bear with me. I'm not as techy as everyone else here.
You click the present on your right. Yeah,
Yeah,
there you are.
I'm
There.
trying to. There we go. Right. Can you see that clearly?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
beautiful.
All right. So, as Lilian introduced, my name's Saloni, and this is my story of resilience, courage, and healing and becoming. Um, for me, when people see me, it's not really the person they're actually seeing. What they're seeing is someone who's a mother, who's an entrepreneur, a business owner, and someone who's very capable and strong. That is the exterior that I portray without aiming to portray this. But the reality is that I've experienced very difficult chapters. I've had a lot of pressures within my life. I've had to do rebuilding, probably three, four, five major milestones in my life. And all through those stages, there's had to be courage that's had to take me from one stage to the next in order to allow me to be sitting here today. So, the one thing I would say when you meet people is that to never judge somebody by what you see on the outside, because there are a lot of people walking right next to you without you realizing that are carrying scars very well, but are going through very difficult times and they just don't know how to either express it, how to get help, or how to move forward from where they are. And that is one of the passions that I'm so excited to be sharing with Lilian and many of the women that I've come across in my lifetime to work on and to help women move past these stages of their life. So a little about me. I am got two boys. 22, he turned last week. So I can't call him a boy, I call him a man now. And my other son is 19. He'll be 20 in December. So two grown young men. I should really change that too. And I've got a little dog who will be 6. So three very important young men in my life. Um, God, I am not able to move past. There we go. Oops. So for me, this is the only picture I have for me and my brother as a child. Unfortunately, the rest of the pictures are not of us because all my childhood pictures were unfortunately destroyed by a flood that we had. So this is one I've managed to find. So my life changed drastically around the ages of 11 and 12. I started secondary school, and in my secondary school, I was extremely bullied.
So this was a stage I would say my second stage of real courage having to come through. The first stage, I would probably say, as a child, everything was great. I had lots of family, I had lots of people around me, but I was like the black sheep of the family. I was somebody that didn't really fit into the mold. I wasn't a cute kid. I wasn't a pretty kid. My mother was very, very stunning woman, and I was the first grandchild to be born, and to be born the way I was didn't quite fit the mold. So people treated me quite differently. And this is a point where I had to build that strength and courage to move past what I felt the norm was. I wasn't accepted for who I am. And that took courage for me to step forward, find love somewhere, which was within my grandparents, to be accepted and feel that unconditional love. It was very, the exterior mattered. What was on the inside never mattered. And that was the first point that I learned, that what was on the inside is important. Other people's perceptions, other people's judgments do not matter. It's how you feel about yourself. And this is where my learning journey started. I was fortunate to have good grandparents who were very forthcoming with teaching me the morals, values, faith in life, that everything else just didn't matter. So when I did fast forward reach the secondary school, I was bullied, extremely bullied, racial bullying. I was beaten up. I had my lunches taken from me, money taken from me, belongings taken from me. But there was no safe place for me to go and tell anybody about this. Because in those days, to express how you felt, to express what you were going through was considered very taboo, and you couldn't even get help. And if you did go to the school for help, you would be bullied even further. So the safest place for me was to hide in the toilets. So I stopped eating lunch in school. I would bring packed lunch home from home, and I would eat my food in the toilets, locked away in the cubicle until it was lesson time. And this is, I think, a lot of children of my time did experience this, the racial bullying. But the school I was in, there wasn't any non-English people really there, that, or non-Catholic people there that experienced as much. My parents thought they were doing well by putting me into a Catholic school, by giving me a good education, but it had its downsides. So that was that. And then we had another incident that happened around the age of 12, where our family as a whole, we lost our livelihood. We became homeless. We lost everything, all our belongings, all our home, cars, you name it. We lost everything, and we were on the streets with nothing but the clothes on our back. At this point, I had to learn very fast to adapt to the situations that were happening. One, what was going on in school. Number two, what was going on at home. There was no safe place for me. So what I had to do was at this point decide I am going to be the one that has to find the courage to take myself, my parents, and my younger brother into the journey that's left ahead of us. And we turned to my grandparents for help, who were very fortunate to be there and was able to help us. And we moved in with them, and we had to find a way to rebuild life. And in this point, my mother was in a very bad place, emotionally and mentally. My father was not able to cope with what was going on, and I had a younger brother. So I became the parent in my household. Um, so at this point, I had to learn how to survive, not as me as a 12, 13-year-old, but as me, someone who was also experiencing what was going on, but wasn't able to reach out to anybody. I had to take responsibility on how I was going to provide food. I had to take on responsibility how I was going to get myself and my brother through schooling, and also again rebuild, find a home for myself and my brother and my parents. So all of these situations were there where I had to find the courage within myself. And this is why I'm so passionate with what Lilian's doing, because through it all, courage is what has had to get me through. I couldn't sit there and think, this is happening to me. So I'm going to sit in that pain, sit in that and wallow in it and not deal with it. I had to step forward, not think about what I was feeling, and find a way out from this. So instead of sitting there asking, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to my family? Which is most of us do. I took it upon myself to think, what am I going to do next? How are we going to move forward from this? How are we going to survive? And how are we all going to heal? And that is where my journey started for healing. Eventually, I did manage. I don't like sitting in my past and talking about the pain, because that pain is actually what's made me today. I have become quite successful as an individual. I completed schooling for both myself and my brother. We completed university, which under the circumstances was a big win considering what we had gone through. Not only that, I then went on to complete my education and became an accountant. I had a successful career within investment banking, and I worked for a large investment group called Citigroup. I was there for nearly 15 years. I then met my husband and we got married. I became a mother. I had two beautiful children. From then, we went on to build all our businesses. We have multiple businesses that we built together. From then, we became property entrepreneurs, and we have multiple properties that we own together. So, looking at all this, everyone thought, wow, on the outside again, life's amazing, life's great. Looking at you, you're successful, you're doing amazing. And then I came through another pitfall where my husband decided to end the marriage and decided to leave. So I was in another stage of rebuilding. And again, I had to pick up on all my skills, all my courage that I've learned during my younger years to think, right, if I've done it once before, I can do it again. But this time it wasn't as easy. This time I sat there thinking, I can't do it anymore. Why am I being treated like this? Why is this happening to me? Why the standard? Why is it all the bad rubbish happening to me? It's my fault. There's got to be something wrong with me. So I started blaming myself, and I ended up putting on weight. I started emotional eating. That was one of the vices. I was left with two children, so I couldn't go out and, as people would say, dance your worries away. Just go out, forget about everything. I couldn't do that. I had all these responsibilities on me and thinking how I'm going to rebuild, that it absolutely broke me. I went into a huge stage of depression, and I was at a stage where I didn't have support from friends. I didn't have support from family, because they were seeing that the cause of the marriage breaking down was my fault. Because my husband had left me, the problem was me. Whereas not looking at somebody had left me. And at this stage, I just didn't want to be there. I just didn't want to continue. I didn't want to try to rebuild myself. But then came a stage where I was in this pit, and then I had two scares of cancer, breast cancer. And I started looking at my children, started seeing all they have is me. If I'm not there, how are they going to move forward? So in this case, I had to find the courage again to fight the adversities in my life, to find that courage within myself, to find that strength, because I've done it before. So why can't I do it again? So I I started to love myself, because in all this journey that I've reached at this stage, this was in my mid 40s, I thought, well, you have to earn love, because I never had the normal childhood. I never had the normal teenagehood where love was just given. I had to earn the love. So I formed very negative associations with love. So my friendships, my relationships were all based around earning the love. So I had very abusive interactions. They were physical, mental, emotional. And it was at this stage I knew that I had to find the love within myself. I could not look externally for love, even from my children, because they're just little children. They were just innocent. I had to find the love within myself to move forward from this place. So this came to the age of about 50, and I decided to choose the age of 50. That was a big milestone. I decided to choose me. I realized I had more years behind me than ahead of me. And I needed to, if I was lucky, I had a good 20 to 25 years ahead of me that I'm going to be able to really enjoy. So I had to take it upon myself to think, right, how am I going to enjoy these remaining years? I went on to a healing journey for myself. I had coaching. I didn't take any forms of help from doctors, medication. I needed to heal in the right way, and I had to find the courage to move through this. So I became very self aware of areas where I was failing at myself, not anybody else, but myself. So I took control of my weight, which I had put on. So now on my journey, I've lost just over 55 pounds. So I'm in a very healthy weights. Began to put down boundaries for myself where people are not able to hurt me. They're not able to cross those boundaries, and where I'm protecting myself and my children. But more importantly, I learned how to self love, self validate, self respect, and self worth, which was the biggest for me because I had to love me. The reason there's a picture of my dog there is because it's this dog that came into my life, like I said, 6 years ago, that has taught me all of that, that has helped me on my healing journeys. We would go daily into the parks in nature, and that is where I would do a lot of meditation, healing, letting go, learning about myself. And those are the precious times that I have found myself again. And the biggest step I took was going away on holiday with my children to Dubai. We went away and I found the confidence to think, wow, I can do this. I can go on holiday with my children. I can give them a good time. I can enjoy it myself. I can find all these skills within me that are buried quite deep because of what circumstances in life has happened. And I was able to do that. I came back from Dubai and then I started a few businesses of my own. So I started a travel business. I started my coaching business. I got back into accountancy. And I started finding my purpose again. And my purpose was to help women in similar situations that I've gone through who haven't had the support, who haven't had the help and the guidance to come out of this. And I thought that is what I need to be doing. Because if I can be an example of this on my own, imagine the help and the courage and the strength and tools I can provide somebody else walking that path on my own. And that is when I came across a very famous Japanese art, which is called kintsugi. And kintsugi is where someone can take just a second to break and be shattered into pieces. So if you take a vase, it's broken, it's shattered all over the place. But it takes ages, years sometimes to put those pieces together, but you still see the cracks within that item that you're putting together. But in the Japanese culture, they put that together, whether it's with silver, gold, powder, that then gives a unique piece of art in front of you that's nowhere else to be found. And that's what I see myself as today, because with all those cracks, I've been put together with gold. And I'm proud to be sitting here thinking, right, there's one of me. There's only one of me, but I can help somebody else become they're one person, they're individual by just choosing themselves. So through my journey, in a nutshell, what courage has taught me is that you can pass any shape of you and what you've gone through in life, and it doesn't define you. What you have gone through only makes you. It strengthens what you are. It builds who you are, and it is who you are through the journeys and the paths that you've walked upon. And this strength that you have developed from this journey and the path that you walked on didn't hurt you. It made you into who you are today. It developed all those skills. It developed you. It developed the example that I will be sitting here providing to my children. I've got 2 boys. They know how to treat a woman. They know how to sit there and go through all the adversities that they're facing in their young age, to know that you can still come out of it no matter what age you're doing at. And most important that I feel is that you can heal at any stage. Some people think, well, I've reached this point, I've reached that point, I can't do it. I have faced many pitfalls in my life through many stages, and I have just taken that decision upon myself that I want to heal. And that's what it's about. The change and the want needs to come from within you. And if you can feel that, you can do it. Because if I can do it, anyone can do it. So where I am now an identity and transformational coach. I love speaking to individuals as a group, as a one-to-one to help people move past their limiting beliefs, their struggles, where they are in their life. I still have my businesses. I'm still an entrepreneur, but the most powerful and important hat I wear is being a mother, because they are not going to do what I tell them to do, but they are going to do what they see me doing. So that is my most powerful hat I wear today. So I help women now reconnect with who they are, find who they are beneath all the traumas and issues that they've faced within their life, because it all sits within us. Everyone's important, everyone has the skills, everyone's capable, but it's just buried within everything that they face through life. So this is me. If you do want to connect with me, you can connect with me through my Instagram page there. And otherwise, you can reach out to Lilian. But what I will leave you with is that my story is still being written, and perhaps yours is too. So know where story end. We're always just growing and learning. So thank you for listening to me today.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Saloni, for sharing your story. And
Thank you.
I think one thing that you mentioned that I really love is about the kintsugi art. Yeah, and that this is our Women of Courage Asia scarf, right, which is actually inspired by the kintsugi art, concept, where yes, our life can face different challenges or feel very broken, but when we put it back all together, we learn a lot of golden nuggets of wisdom from our own life. Yeah, and when you put it back all together, it becomes a masterpiece, a great masterpiece of story, of courage. Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing. And again, we want to encourage our audience out there, right? Remember, every effort matters, every gesture, every contribution matters. So here is the QR code, right? For you to scan the QR code and learn more about Project Safe. Do help us to share, spread the word, right? So that we are supporting 30 young women in Cebu, Philippines. So we really look forward to start the Patricia, the project, roughly when the project will be starting. Um, for the 30 girls.
It will be starting the later part of this year,
Mm.
as we continue to not only educate the girls. Currently, the Project Safe is a holistic program that also does educate parents on protecting the children, and the parts that Women of Courage is supporting will be the part where we are actually training the young girls.
Right. So thank you once again, everyone, for taking time to be here, to be inspired by Saloni and Charu's story and learn more about World Vision Project Safe. So we see you again in the next sharing. So we have two more ladies that will be sharing their story, and one of them is from South Africa, from Mozambique, and then the other one will be from Singapore. So stay tuned, and we will see you soon. Good night.
Thank you. Good
Thank you.
night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.